In this lesson, you're going to learn The Way Things Go by Beabadoobee. It's a great picking song and it sounds like this. So as you can see, it looks like a lot of fun to play. We've got our capo on the 2nd fret, and make sure you're in tune first as well before you put the capo on, and then we're ready to go. But before we get into the main pattern, I just want to tell you about my free 5-day beginner course that I've brought out now. It's in the description below if you want to find that. It'll teach you the fundamentals of guitar to get you playing more than 15 songs in just 5 days. So it'd be really great for you to go check that out. But otherwise, here's how we play The Way Things Go. Now there's only 5 chord shapes that we need to know for this one, so it's actually pretty easy to use our fingers on the fretboard. The challenge is really about working out the timing and how it works together. So our first chord shape is going to be an A minor 7, but you won't be familiar with this one. We're going to go open 5th string, 5th fret of the 4th and 3rd string. And that's all you need to use for the A minor 7. Alright, so make sure you've got that one down. Then we're going to use a D7. And all we're doing there is using our middle finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, index finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then ring finger down here on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. That's a D7. So we've got our A minor 7, onto our D7. Then we've got a G major, except we're only using the 6th, 4th and 3rd strings, so that's just 3rd fret of the 6th string and then open on the other 2. Then we're using a bit of an F sharp variant. And then take your middle finger off that 2nd fret there, we're going to go open 6th string. So open 6th, 4th and 3rd, and that's kind of an E minor 7 variant, okay? So we've got our A minor 7, a D7, a G, an F sharp, which is a bit of a variation there, and then an E minor 7. Alright, and those are all of the chords that you need to know for this one. So let me just play the whole riff. I won't teach you the intro yet because that's actually only a portion of the whole riff. And once we know the riff, then it's a lot easier to work out the rest of the song. So the riff should sound like this. And that's actually the fundamental riff of the whole song used in different ways, okay? So we've got our A minor 7, D7, G, F sharp, E, that's our E minor 7. So let me show you that slowly. We're going to go on our A minor 7 and pluck the 5th string, then our 4th and 3rd together, and then do that exact same thing again. So try that with me. Just keep on going on that. Get used to that pattern. Okay, so, and then onto a D7. So exactly the same picking pattern there. So 5th, 4th and 3rd. 5th, 4th and 3rd. So that's A minor 7, D7. Alright. And then we're going to go onto a G. And just once there, so that 6th string, 3rd and 4th string together. And then same picking pattern, just move your index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 6th string there. Okay, so far we have and then you guessed it, E minor 7 next. Exactly the same picking pattern as the last 2 chords, just played through twice. So 6, 3 and 4. So let's work on that before we can go into the structure, because this is actually going to be really important for us understanding how the song works together. So let's go through that slowly. Let's try it again. Alright, so hopefully you're following along there. You'll notice there that you're using your index finger and middle finger in your right hand, your strumming hand or your picking hand, on the same way every single time, okay? Just on those same strings. Now let's try and work on the speed a little bit. So we're going to build up our speed now. Let's try and play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more times. Alright, so hopefully that wasn't too fast for you, but if it was, the hardest part really is getting between the A-7 and the D7. So just spend a bit of time going. So that you're used to that chord change and building up that muscle memory there. So that then you're used to it when we come to the song. So let's try again one more time. We'll increase the speed again, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more times. Alright, and that's pretty close to the actual speed we're going to go. It's a little bit faster than that, but that's okay for now because we're going to get a lot of practice in as we go along. So now we can get into the actual structure and begin at the start of the song, which you'd think would make sense initially, but this is actually the better way to learn it because the intro of the song actually just plays a part of that riff, and so understanding the whole riff together will help us out for the rest of the song. So the intro is just going to go. So you'll notice there that I'm going A-7 to D7 and then a G. And we'll do that G 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that whole thing together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's actually the whole intro. So let's try that a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see how that's only part of the riff that we learned at the start. And that's actually our whole intro. Now we can get on to the chorus, which is the first thing that comes up after the intro. Now the chorus is actually the most different part of the song because we pretty much double the length of every chord that we play. So let me show you that here. We're going A-7. 4 times on each. 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so let's work on that together. Let's go really slowly to start off with, but we're going 4 times on our A-7, 4 times on our D7, 2 times on our G, 2 times on our F sharp, and then 4 times on our E-7. That's compared to half of that, which is the same for the rest of the riff. Okay, so in our verses, it'll be half of that time. But for the chorus here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go a little bit slower this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that is the first line of the chorus. We'll build up the speed again in a little bit, but ultimately in the chorus we're going to play that through 4 times with 2 small variations later on. Okay, so let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we're going to repeat that exact same thing. And then the next next time we play it is going to be a little bit different. So what we're going to do there is we're going to stay at the end on our E minor for a whole nother bar. So three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to our original A minor 7. So that part again will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then back to our A minor 7, D7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth time there, this time, is going to stay on our G major for an extra bar. So 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, keeping up to speed there, of course. But that's going to be our G major for 2 bars instead of going through the rest of the riff. Okay, so the first time we play it, just as I showed you at the start, so that's first and second time we play it. Then our third time, two bars on E minor. Then back to our A minor 7, 2 bars on G. And that's actually our whole chorus, which we're going to play later on as well, so it's important that you understand the structure of that now. And then we'll get into our first verse. Now you understand the basics of this already because this is the first riff that I taught you. So halve the chorus there and we're going to go. Okay, so that's the riff that we learned at the very start. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we're going to play that 5 times all together. Okay, so the first 3 times are going to be as we played before. So let's try that 3 times together. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third time. But on that third time, we're going to add another 2 beats of the E minor. Okay, so it will be. Okay, just an extra 2 beats. It's similar to the chorus, how we added an extra 4 beats, but remember for the verse we are halving it. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then we'll go back into our original riff. And then the 5th time, you can probably guess by now, we're going to go onto that G major and stay there for an extra 2 bars. So now I think I said 2 bars, but I meant 2 beats, of course. So just 4 beats on that G major there. Okay, so the first and second, as well as the 4th time of the verse will be. So that's just the original riff we learnt. Then the 3rd time will be. Extra 2 beats on the E minor 7. And then the 5th time, which is the last time of the verse, we're going to go. 4 times on that G, and that's the verse. So far we've got our intro, our chorus, our verse 1. Now we're going to go into verse 2, which is exactly the same. So we'll actually skip that verse because you've already learnt that, and then we'll get back onto another chorus. Now that chorus is going to be the same as the first one. Remember, double the values. And remember, on the 3rd time we're adding an extra bar on the E minor, and then the 4th time we're adding an extra bar on the G. That'll take us into another verse, which is verse 3 and then verse 4. But verse 4 is going to be a little bit different. So normally we have 5 lines of the verse, and this time we're going to have 6. Now, only difference in this one, we're going to play the original riff for the 1st and 2nd time, as well as the 4th, 5th, and 6th time. So the only difference there is going to be the 3rd time, like we normally do. So add an extra 2 beats on that E minor 7, and then the rest is exactly the same. So you already know that part, and then we're going to get onto our outro, which will be very similar to the verse, except we're just going to continue on that original riff without any variations 4 times. So we'll play that through 4 times, and then the last line of the outro will be very similar to our chorus, just doing those longer values. So and we're going to end on a G there. So to recap for that outro, we've got 4 times on the, and then the last time, this is the 5th time, we're going to go, and what we're going to do on that G is just stagger the picking of those strings, so it'll be 6th, 4th, and 3rd. So and that's going to end our song for today. So that was the way things go. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to go check out that free 5-day beginner course in the description below.